Good evening, Rack Squad. Hello. How's it going? Hi, Deus. Welcome in. Cooney G. Coonius. Get my book of records ready. Records. Let's just hang out a bit, Deus. I'm gonna set up. Last time we had a lot of watch streaks, which was nice. I know I'm streaming on a bit of a different day, so we'll see how many people can come by. Okay. Ooh, will I have space to fit this all? Let's put the date first. I forgot to put it last time too. Oh well. I just got off work like an hour ago. Not even an hour ago. So I'm a bit not set up yet, but that's fine. What's the date today? 28th. 28:01. 24. Okay. And today we are streaming What Remains of Edith Finch. Sweet. Hey, Zero and Womble, welcome in, cuties. Well, as you know, today is not my normal streaming day. It is Sunday today. But because I missed Tuesday, I was out of town, and Friday I had to work, I figured let's just squeeze in a small stream today, and then we'll raid into somebody that normally streams Sundays so that we're keeping up with the community vibe. And I figured let's I don't know, let's stream like a cute small game, indie game or something. I wasn't feeling Assassin's Creed today. I just was like, you know what? I'm probably going to be low energy because I'm tired, so let's just go with something chill. So I picked Edith Finch because I wanted to replay it on PS5 anyway for the second plat. I played it on PS4 this summer and got the plat, so I figured, why not? Let's just play it again. I used to enjoy the Sunday Tomb Raider stream, so this works. I don't think I ever streamed on Sunday. I think it was always Fridays that I streamed Tomb Raider, unless it was another streamer maybe. It was always Friday night Tomb Raider for me. Okay, let's get started. I'm assuming, a lot of people have played this game, but if you haven't, this is a very, very story game, almost like a walking sim game called What Remains of Edith Finch. Yeah, no problem, Zero. I was just, I was thinking about it too. I was like, yeah, Tomb Raiders was always Fridays, and then a new game was always Tuesdays for me. Hi, Liz, cutie, and hi, Reese. Ooh, enjoy food. No problem for the life. So, the point of this game is we would mainly just walk around and we look at stuff, we read stuff. So, here we've got a book called Edith Finch. Look at all the environment stuff, like the Chinese takeaway. We're just chilling here on this boat. The title screen still way in the back there. Got a backpack. I forget what the interact button is. Oh, it's R2, right.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning with the house.
And there's the house from the cover.
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
Uh-oh. Yeah, somebody broke it. Hi, cuties. How are you all doing this evening? This lovely Sunday.
My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
Oh, poor Milton. I never actually read this. What's it say? Date missing. Okay, so this game is set. Well, okay, 2000. This game is set after in the 2000s sometime then, or in the 2010s. And it's set in Washington. Mixed. Neat. Like, that's crazy detail, right? Like, you'd think, okay, they could just kind of put a picture and put like, you know, little scribbles for text, but you can actually, like, go up and read it. Can you read the fine print? I don't know. Oh, you can! Something, por favor. La Policía de Mesa, Arizona. Interesting. There's even, like, phone numbers and stuff. So yeah, I played this on PS4, where maybe there wasn't as much detail with stuff. So now...
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Now we can just kind of, I don't know, chill. Nice, I was getting PNW vibes. What's PNW?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
So what I'll probably try to do, like, there's no point in me reading it out as well. Because like the voice actor obviously does a really great job narrating. Look at this cute mailbox. So I think we'll just, if I'm like in the middle of something, I'll just kind of, oh, Pacific Northwest, you're right. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I'll just kind of stop my comment, let her read it out, because they're usually pretty short anyway, and then we'll kind of keep chatting. I love this mailbox, it's so cute.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh, that's sad. No trespassing.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The Finches. Cute. Like, imagine what it'd be like to be this family. You'll learn if you haven't played this yet. But, imagine. And I know there's like a split in the road here and it doesn't matter, but I always take both anyway, just because I know there's like different commentary. Also, this is so pretty.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
It also, like, in a way... Do you know that movie Monster House? It was like an animated...
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent.
It was like an animated
As if they're
film.
about to say something, but never do.
When did that film come out? When did Monster House come out? I was a kid anyway. So around 2000s, 2010s. And it was like, I don't know, the way that she's talking about the house, like, oh, only the house knew the answers. It just reminds me of like Monster House. And not really like the same, because like the Monster House is kind of like a ghost movie sort of thing. Like a, not horror exactly, like kids horror, I guess. So pretty. The music's so good too. Let's see. Truck still here. Is there keys? We can't see. Ugh. Well, let's go up to the house.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Like, imagine living here. Look at this thing. First of all, you've got this like giant garden, like with different steps. Like, that's really neat. I like these kind of different sort of levels of the garden. And then you look up at this monstrosity. Imagine living on those really, really, really tall parts. Crazy. Like, look at the stilts on those. Wild.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Look at the detail on all this stuff, too. It's just like, it's crazy.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband.
Oh my god. I forgot
I
about
was
that.
6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
I'd forgotten about that. Rip. Rip the dragon. Rip Edie's husband.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Big sad. Yeah, I love it too. Like, there's definitely a part of me that, like, loves the sort of, you know, maximalist, kind of pokey, cottagey type vibe. Like, and I would like a house like that. But, obviously, like, this is, like, very, very to the extreme of that style. So, it's a bit specific. But, like, look at all the... everything's got, like, a Finch on it. Like, they definitely are, like, sticking to their branding. Hi, cutie. No worries, Chalky.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
That's okay.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
No worries, Chalky. It was a bit last minute of an announcement anyway, so it's all good. What a waste. There's still potting mix here. Oh! You can see her body. I love in walking sims we can actually, like, see them. It's cool. No, I know the key worked somewhere around here. Yes, it's cute. All the wind chimes. That's nostalgic. My family home, like my parents' house, they've got a few wind chimes around in the backyard. So this is, like, really nostalgic to me.
The house felt like it had always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother.
We don't talk about the swing set. Why wouldn't you just try to unlock the door?
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I have played this Chucky. Yeah, I played it this summer on PS4 when I was visiting my family back in Canada. So I don't think it had the plat. I think it just is like 100%. So I knew at some point I wanted to replay it on PS5 and get the plat. And I just figured, why not today? I always have, like, a few kind of small indie games in my back pocket for streaming if I, like, don't feel like a big game. Cleaner something. Oh, the labels are a bit blurry. I was hoping they'd be clear like that one. Not wanted poster. Milton's wanted. No, the missing poster. Look at even, like, the dust motes floating in the air. Sick.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Lawnmower. Freezer. I've got one of these. Again, in my family home, we've got one of these freezers. These old freezers. All the tools. My dad would love a workshop like this. And he'd love the bikes, too. My dad loves cycling and all that.
For the first time in years...
January 2010.
I felt like I was home.
Dun da da da, we're in. I like, for the most part, remember the puzzles and things. Because I only played it a few months ago. But I just kind of want to, like, look at all the detail. I'm enjoying seeing it all in shiny PS5.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Oh, poor Lewis. There's the family. There's Edith. The holiday feast, witch's kitchen, a Viking's belly. Dang. These are nice sounding cookbooks.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Apple pie recipe, love that.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Chinese. Oh, but they left the garbage here. Look how moldy those are. Oh. I can imagine the smell. Dang, this is a nice stovetop. Griddle in the middle. You know what, you're becoming an adult when you're playing a video game and the thing you're most excited about is like the appliances. Oh my god, I'm embarrassed. Oh, Chalky with a subscription. 8 months with the best rack queen you could ask for. Thank you, Chalky. You in the book. I'll get my my rack assistants here as well. I didn't forget about them. Let's put them here. Hopefully they'll stay. They're gonna cuddle together. No! Workplace injury! Come on. Stay, please. There we go. They're chilling. Adults get excited about vacuums and kitchen appliances and proper beds. Honestly. Like, and I'm one of those adults now that I'm like, I wish I could afford a cordless vacuum, you know? Like, we need to get a hold of that notebook. Deus. You want to see the notebook? The records? There you go. Records. Chalky is officially in the records for the stream.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Well, that's grim. Oh. Let's look at the pictures. Oh, pretty. Nice fairy. I wonder if some of these pictures are of, like, the dev team and stuff. Like, from the devs. I'd imagine, like, stuff like this. Like, yeah, they can animate it as well, but I'd imagine some of it's probably from the dev team.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
I don't care how much of a rush you're in, you take the takeout with you. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it looks like they actually ate it all. They just left the garbage, which is like, come on. But you know that's when things are really, really desperate. Oh, nice. Hopefully I'm not moving the camera too fast for you guys. I know some people can be a bit iffy with first-person view games. So hopefully you guys are okay.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
I have always wanted one of these like fancy ladders for your bookshelf that slide across. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. Oh, this one's removable too. So rather than like the ones with wheels, looks like you can take this one off and like put it on the different racks. Oh, that's awesome. I want it. Excuse me. I want this house. I want some of the house, the not cursed parts of the house, please. Sorry, I'm just plugging in my computer. There we go. And like, look at this too, this living room.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house after it sank.
Like, giant brick fireplace. Big open, like, kind of atrium view out in the water. Come on. This is beautiful. Oh, there's a barbecue out there. Nice. Boxes. This is a cool table as well. Part of like a tree. Nice. There's the original house, I think. Does anyone have a weird response to third-person games with off-center character? They feel wrong to me and mess with my head. Really? I find I prefer third-person games. But I guess sometimes the camera on them can be a bit weird. Like, it's not quite the right spot over the shoulder. So then sometimes when they're, like, running and stuff, it will give me vertigo. Or, you know, kind of nausea. Ooh, bugs. Wow. So I guess from that standpoint, I get it. I'm just, like, looking at all the pictures. And this goes back to the kitchen, I think. Yeah, okay. And look at that. I love this. This whole, like, archway of books. So cool. I only get motion sick from first-person games. Third person is usually okay, yeah.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Well, that's not grim at all. I like how they put peepholes on all the doors. I think that's a bit funny.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Still have stuff packed up. Okay. I know we're not quite ready for this yet, but...
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Yeah, that's okay. I know this, so we'll leave it for later. Let's go check out the peoples upstairs. Aw. Little baby in the bath. Flying a kite. I mean, if you've played this game, you know.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Okay, we'll go there in a second. Hi, the piggy. Welcome in.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Yeah, rip. She was 10. What a cute door, too. Isn't that adorable? We'll come back to that one. I know there's a trophy for looking at all the peepholes, so let's go do that first. Oh. More little birds. Sven and Edie.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
How are you guys doing? The piggy, how are you doing?
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Gregory was 1. Oh, I didn't want to do that again. Sven. Okay. Math. Oh wow, Edie was almost 100. Right, Calvin and Sam.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Like, that's messed up. That sentence right there is so messed up. Yeah, I'm not sure I can explain the sensation properly, but there's like a weird disconnection, dissonance. Spent all my time stealthing in Batman as it centers him. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's like a reason for that. Like, I'm sure there's like a visual, cognitive something connection for you that's just a bit different than maybe like, you know, the average person. But yeah, I mean, I hope you can find most games that have like a solution for you. I'm doing good, the piggy. I have been working, so I'm a bit tired. That's why I'm a bit like kind of just chill, more even temper today.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Doing as expected, but the little man is keeping me company. Good. Get all the snuggles.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
You was here, right, Barbara?
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Imagine being a child star for only 2 years and your bedroom, like your dad or whatever, made the bedroom like that personality only. Like, you can be no one else. You are now a Hollywood child star. Like, how weird would that be? It's like, I don't know if any of you ever saw that show called Pimp My Ride. It was a show in America years ago. And like, people would bring in their really busted up old car and they would like fix them up. No! The rack fell again. They would fix them up. And they would ask like this person like, "Oh, you know, what are some things you like?" And they'll be like, "Oh, you know, I'm a nurse," or whatever. And they'll like make the car like hospital themed. Like, it was the weirdest show. At the time, I really liked it because I thought it was funny, but now I'm just like, some of those were some really ugly cars. Look, I love all like the built-ins in this house too. Like, look how unique and cool shaped they are. First Pimp My Ride reference.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that knows that show. Okay, I think we checked the people down there. I think we checked all of these ones. Yeah.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
I never had a car thing either. I just found it funny and I liked watching them fix them up. I eventually moved on to liking home renovation shows better. So
I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
I wonder why she didn't seal this one room. Look at this. I would hate this room though. I'm like scared of underwater and like deep sea and stuff. So this room would be freaky to me. But look, there's the old house underwater, which is kind of neat.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Here we go. We found where it went.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
I was obsessed with home renovation shows for a long time. And like House Hunters, like shows like that where people are like
from the paintings
looking
on the
for
wall,
homes.
It was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Oh, Milton.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Wow, that's pretty stained glass.
But I had no idea what was behind that door. like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Okay, we're in Molly's room.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Cute.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Like, really nice portrait. So cute. I love like the style of this bedroom.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
That's something that's really cool is that they like decorated the house for each individual, like what they liked and stuff.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Poor Molly.
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
I find it really,
It's late. Go to sleep.
really messed up that you're a 10-year-old kid and you start a diary entry with "I'll be gone soon."
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Like that's messed. Pimp My Ride was like classical MTV. Yeah, right? The trashy MTV stuff. Mr. James Ether. Hello, buddy. How's it going? How are you this fine Sunday?
I kept eating and eating.
Kids are creepy. Sometimes I'm like, can they tell the future?
I ate a lot of things that night.
Pretty view. How are we all tonight? I'm having a lovely time playing Final Fantasy Pixar Remaster. Very nice. Soli! Hi, cutie.
Then
Yeah,
I
no
heard
problem.
chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Kitty. I don't remember how to jump.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Come here. I have played this before. Yeah, I played it this summer. But the PS4 version doesn't have a plat. So I knew at one point I wanted to replay on PS5.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Oh, I went the wrong way.
I gobbled her up.
Whee!
And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
I know there was yeah, I think it's just the PS5 version that has the plat.
rabbits.
There's the rabbits. Come here. Shh. Poor buddy, I'm sorry.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. And then I flew off to find something bigger.
I think there's a trophy for just swooping down twice. So I'll keep our eagle eyes peeled.
A mama rabbit.
Yes! First trophy unlocked.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop
I
eating.
didn't know you didn't have a PS5, Mr. James Ethan.
And suddenly, I was a shark.
I love this part so much. The shark just flopping down the hill. It's just the most random thing. Come on. Yeah. I've never got around to playing this. Would you recommend? Definitely recommend. It's one of those...
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
It's one of those games that's like...
Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Got a little bit of humor like this. Like, it's just randomly... like, randomly a shark. But it's like very... It's a very narrative-driven game. And
fat, juicy
it's quite sad, I'd say. So I would set some time to play it when you're like able to just sit and like kind of process, you know, what's going on. I don't think you're missing out either from like watching me play it a little bit. I mean, it's up to you if you don't want to see any more for spoilers. But I find that like I'd seen a stream of this game on PlayStation Access, like start to finish, and I still found playing it myself was a different experience, you know. I keep missing it. Come on, come here. Come here, we're hungry.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out
Hey,
of the
Richie.
water.
Oh, thank you for the watch
When
streak.
I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
You're going in the records. For 3 streaks. 3 streaks. 3 streams in a row. Thank you. Yeah, the shark part is one of the funniest things. It kills me. I know there's a...
Now I was a monster.
Thanks, yeah. I
smelled
hope it's going well for you too. I know, sorry, just give me a second. I know there's a trophy here as well. I just can't remember what it was. Right, okay. That's what I remember. Oh, it's turned off my camera. There it is. Yeah, I knew it was something to do with waiting for someone to do something, but I couldn't remember exactly. Also, turns out I missed a trophy already, which was taking both paths to the house, but oh well. We'll go back for that. That one's quick and easy. Yep. Hey, Will. How's it going?
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Belly with a rush, belly with a
The piggy redeemed snack time. Thank you, the piggy.
It's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much
We'll
longer.
finish,
It needs to be.
this is how I hunt my prey.
I will be delicious.
Like, how messed up is this? This is the last diary entry of this kid. So messed up. And she died after this.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
I'm not sure why I believe that. You think. You think she didn't turn into a shark and roll down the hill of the Pacific Northwest. Okay. I have a new snack today. These are called Caprice. They're like wafer sticks filled with chocolate. I don't know if you can see. So good. This is like one of my favorite, it's called one of my favorite snacks. Yeah, I've like, you know what? It's a bit morbid. But obviously, for those of you that don't know, we're obviously learning about how all these people died, right? Like in the family. Why can't I open this? We're learning about how the family all died slowly. Hence the family tree and all that. And one time, like after I finished the game, I was like really upset, and I was like, I want to know like how the devs like signified all of them dying, because obviously Molly's was a bit unclear. A lot of people theorized she died by like falling out the window, like when when she like you jump out and you become the cat right at the beginning of the sequence. A lot of people were like, oh, like she fell out the window. But as you say, Chalky, like she was eating like stuff that wasn't actually food, like the fake berries on like garland and toothpaste and stuff. So she was most likely like poisoned and hallucinating a lot. But yeah, can you imagine that, sending your kid for to their room for with no dinner, and they end up like poisoning themselves? Like that's messed. Okay, I'm going. These snacks are notorious for like, I feel like kids like pretending they're like cigars or something. Like my sister and I used to just be like got my cigar, it's just like chocolate. Hi Lamone, welcome in. Thank you for the snack time, Vicky. I'm sorry if the crunching is coming through the mic. They're so good. Yeah, right? Like, this game just kind of just makes you go like, oh. This seems safe. Right? I have La Mode, yes.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
So, we're coming around the house now. Yeah, very true, Chalky. Like, there's definitely like a range of the kind of emotions and stuff. Some of them are a bit better than others.
I spent a lot of time in Great.
I hope everyone's in a good mood tonight to deal with the devastation. Yeah. We can have like a rack cuddle session if we start to get upset. Oh. She painted portraits for all her different birds. So cute. I want to see if any of the portraits are similar to the bird I used to have. I don't think so. Oh, and a snake. Already sad, so it won't affect them anymore. Yeah. No, none of the birds. I mean, this one's a budgie, which is what I had, but mine wasn't blue like that. It only had like a little bit of blue on its chest right here.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Oh. Like, you can just tell this woman loved her family. Like, because she's got all these
Her room
portraits.
was like a museum.
And all these, you know, things to like remember her family by. It's really, really crazy.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Hi, Pearly. Welcome in. Thank you for the sub. 8 months as well. Thank you, Pearly. Crazy. My dad found a lost budgie in our local park when I was a kid. We kept him as a pet for several years. He was very affectionate once he learned to trust us. Yeah, budgies are like adorable. They're very like sing-songy as well. So, like mine, we used to kind of talk to him like, "Who's a pretty boy? Who's a pretty boy?" And then we'd kind of do like a whistle. I can't really whistle that well. I don't know if the mic would even like pick it up anyway. But you know, we'd kind of go like, "Who's a pretty boy?" Wee wee, kind of like whistling like me me. And he would be like, "Pretty boy," like, you know, and like he'd go to the mirror and he'd like dance in front of it and he'd like peck at it and he'd be like, "Pretty boy," like checking himself out. It was so cute. I miss him so much.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
What are all these? Conspiracy now. My friend Bigfoot, random junk. Home movies. Edith Jr. lake trip.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Built 1937 Sven.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Welcome in, Reese. How was girl dinner? Poor Sven.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Okay. Oh, okay. We're coming back to that one. We'll do this one first.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims.
Oh, there's a
of the
bit of
family
like
curse,
adaptive triggering.
his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
I don't know if you'll be able to. Like, there's
On
a little bit of
January 7th,
resistance.
1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Look at that house, though. Isn't that so nice? Like the cool kind of like Nordic style turret thing. Not turrets. I don't know what those are called. I don't know architecture. And then the cool like turret on the side. Like, okay, this is actually so cool. Like, it actually feels like I'm doing. Look. If I do like a little bit and then.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
No.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Can you believe that? Like, already a great start, right? You're just, your husband, your child, and your father are making their way over with a house. Yeah, they're sailing an entire house, which is wild. Balustrade? Maybe? I don't know. Well, and think about it too. They're coming from, with a name like Sven and stuff, they're coming from probably like a Nordic country, and they're going all the way to Washington. Did they go up the northern way? I guess so. What other way could they have come? They would probably have to go through the Northwestern Passage.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Also RIP, yeah, you have to like make a family cemetery. That's rough.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Like, that's rough.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Yeah, the pointy roofs thing. One of the things I love most about this game is that how they found an incredibly original way to narrate each story. Yeah, absolutely. The mysteries of death and thereafter. And just like all the detail in the game is really awesome. I wonder if we can read some of these. The Princess and the Goblin. The Magic Mountain. Norwegian folk tales. Okay, so they were in Norwegian, I guess. Look at the classic TV. The classic TV that's like bigger than you. Thick. Okay, everybody. Grab your tissues. Yeah, I know, right? This like CRT TVs or something, I think they're called. Grab your tissues. It's time. We can't avoid it any longer.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Pink bathroom. This screams anybody else's first TV was just black and white or just me?
There's a secret in this bathroom.
Mine wasn't, but like my mom obviously talked about she remembers back when there was like one channel or something.
It's in the last place you would look.
And the second when the second channel came, it was like wild.
It's hidden in this book.
I remember too at my grandpa's house. He lived on a farm in like rural Manitoba, Canada. And I remember sometimes you'd have to like smack the TV because it would get all staticky. Okay, maybe
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Yeah, rotary phones, floppy disks. I remember wait, did we not have to do the thing? Is it later? Did I miss it? I thought we had to is it later? Maybe it's later. Have I misremembered the order? Nope, not. Well, we're allowed to go this way. Usually you can't move on until you've done the previous thing, so. Okay, so I've misremembered the order. Okay, then don't brace yourselves just yet, we're fine. Milton! Where did you go, Milton? I do remember having a massive CRT cell telly growing up in floppy disk. Loved the floppy disk. Yeah, I forget if I finished my thought, but like, I remember when you had to kind of choose between telephone and internet. Like, if someone was on the phone, you couldn't use the computer. Yeah, I remember those days. Okay, Sam and Fort Calvin and Fort Sam. Like, another really cool bedroom set.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Oh, and like, look at this, the heights. Oh, that's so sad. Wow, from 1967 to 1968. That's a big growth spurt. Big sad. Can we go up this way? Yeah. Space and the racks want to know what remains of Edith Finch's trash. Hi, Jonesy. Well, we were in the kitchen earlier and they left a bunch of trash behind, so. Yeah.
And that he never talked about him.
There was some good trash. Let's go look at the hand center. Explore the universe. Floppy disks were great for stimming, just moving the little metal bit. Yeah, you can just kind of deet 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 deet. Same with like the old MP3 player I had. Part of it like came off like a cap, and like it was the USB, so you could plug it in and like load the songs onto it and stuff. So like I would always like play with like taking the cap off. And
I guess
stuff.
my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Okay. Brace yourselves. Another story time.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Oh my god, Walkmans. Yes.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another
Nene!
mushroom. And he did.
Also, I guess
funeral,
motion sickness warning.
We'd never be afraid
If anyone
again.
is
And he wasn't.
bad with first person,
I think Calvin
you might just wanted
to fly.
You might just wanna like look away or close your eyes for a bit. For motion sickness.
Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Nene, I missed you.
I told him going around was impossible.
So he's trying
Maybe
to
if I
swing
hadn't said that.
all the way around.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up.
I know, right? Like this is like the
then
worst
maybe
place to
he'd
put a
still be
swing.
here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Oh,
The day he made up his mind to fly.
okay. We got stuck on the
And he
tree.
did.
I don't think that's quite how that was supposed to work. Oh, and Witchy is here. Hi, Witchy. Welcome in.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Oh, imagine this in VR. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would be very disorienting.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Big sad. Like the weirdest house ever. Wait, there's something about buttons that I missed. Oh my god, yeah, buttons for texting. I miss that. I miss like the T9, like, and you'd feel so cool when you'd like look away and talk to people and be like texting because you like remembered the button placements and the numbers. So you'd be like, 4 times for S or whatever. I miss that. Ooh. Yeah. It's definitely a house that like
Passages were a pretty tight fit.
would be really neat.
They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
It'd be really neat to like explore a house like this, but I don't know if I'd ever want to live in one, you know? Can we go this way?
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Yeah, like imagine, like, okay, I already said it a little bit, but you're a child star, and it's your entire personality now. Here's your bedroom. Barb Street. Oh, they stole the street sign.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Oh god, how old is this cake? Why is it still there? Would it not be like rotten mush by now? Her diner outfit, I like the colors. This is like one of my favorite stories.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Like, this is one of the most unique
Jack here
things
with
in the game.
another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Imagine getting called washed up at 16, honestly, yeah.
Rick was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room.
Oh my god, just like my dad.
Got stuck
I'm sorry, that was morbid.
Brother Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
Why don't you just leave? If there's someone in there, why wouldn't you just leave it locked?
Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Now try to do his voice. Whose voice? Whose voice? Do you want me to do the little pumpkin guy's music voice? My dad's missing a finger, but otherwise he's fine. Like, basically, I mean, sorry, trigger warning, I guess, if this is upsetting for you, but he got an issue with these two fingers on the table saw, the pointer and the thumb. So they kind of took the rest of his pointer finger and like made a thumb. So he's like this now, like, and like he points like with his middle finger like that, like, oh, like get me that over there, sort of thing. I mean, it's fine. Like, he's got like scar tissue and stuff here too, and like his thumb's not quite right because they had to like make one. But you know, he can live. He can do all the tasks he needs to do. So
and as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Thank you for the hydrate, Witchy. I'm gonna finish up my... Oh, here we go. I had a tea, an iced tea that I brought home from work, so I'm gonna finish that up. We've got a posture check as well from Pearly. I'll finish up Barbara's story and then we'll do a little stretch.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
blood everywhere.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
I think there was a trophy for the pool table or something like that. Maybe not. Maybe I'm making this up. Wasn't there a trophy for like clearing the pool table? Yay! Oh, there was. Yes! I remembered right. Bop! That's not unsettling whatsoever. Oh, and yeah, here's the site of the accident.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Like, if this was me, I would just have not gone down there. I would just have left it locked.
Oh.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Here we go, round 2. Hop! Ooh, roller skate. Hop! Don't mess with me.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And who he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Why hasn't she called the police?
Molly's door.
Just a suggestion.
In years, the hinges grow.
Get wrecked!
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Guys, I'm stressed. I know what's gonna happen, but I'm still stressed. Get wrecked! Because it's a horror. Once again, if this was me, I would just simply not do this.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering.
If only she had a flip phone!
It was coming from inside the house.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
For Barbara, it
And
was a
she
dream
saw
come
what
true.
kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
Ugh, I have goosebumps. Ugh.
But I hear Barbara was magnificent.
My neighbor's called Barbara. I hope she doesn't scream like this.
For stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time.
Oh, poor buddy.
He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Oh, that's messed up.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale. Sorry, I missed a bunch of comments there. I remember a reality TV show that featured supposed genius types, but one of them was just referred to as a former child prodigy.
Was to be remembered.
Rather
As
than an
absurd as
actual
that comic
occupation. It was such a backhanded burn. Oh my
Maybe
god.
what Edie saw was a happy ending.
My favorite story in the game is Lewis's, just pure genius, yeah. Question, how did he get past her down there? I think he went down first, and then she went and checked on him. Other question, what is a game you want to like, but can't for some reason? That's an interesting question. A game I want to like, but can't. I guess for me it would be like the Soulsborne games. Because some of them intrigue me, like Elden Ring, and like Demon Souls, for example. The setting of those two really intrigue me the most. But because of the play style, like, you know, the type of game it is, I'm just a bit like, Sekiro is another one. Like, I would like to try it one day, but also I'm like, I don't know, you know, it looks a bit tough. So that one. Outer Wilds is a good shout. That one's another one because, again, it looks really interesting, but I don't know if my, like, brain is the right, set up the right way to enjoy that game. I don't know. Bloodborne. Wait, you don't like Bloodborne, Richie? Imagine meeting someone whose last name is Finch. I'd be very wary of their history. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, back in here we go.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Okay. And I think we've checked all the people, so into the basement time. Oh, you were just thinking about Bloodborne when I mentioned Soulsborne. Gotcha. Womble says AC Origins. I think that's totally fair, Womble, because that one was so different from the previous games as well. Like, that was the first of the kind of RPG style ones. So it makes sense that you were like looking forward to it and then you started playing and it was just like, oh, okay. Maybe not. Maybe not for me. I'm trying to think of another game that could be for me. I think Chia would be another one for me. Because I tried it and I was just like, no. I was just bored. I didn't like it. The gameplay style too, I don't know. You'd think I'd like it. Because it's very much collect all the things. You know, explore
Mom
around.
said
But
the basement was off limits. Unless I wanted another
snack time.
tetanus
Yes.
shot.
Thank you for snack time. Once again, these are my snacks today. Wafer sticks. They should just sponsor me at this point. I love these snacks. I haven't eaten them in a while because I've been like on a diet with my meds. But this time when I was ordering groceries, I was just like, you know what? Let's treat myself. I haven't had them in a while. Oh my god, Soul Redeem Shake the Snow Globe. Chalky says just checking that Liam is not here, but Cyberpunk. What is it about Cyberpunk that you don't like? Okay. Quick snow globe shake. Ah! Rax! Rax! Careful! There we go. Now, will the camera stay? Yes, okay. Elden Ring is my game of shame. I love the lore and watch people play it, but the world is too empty for me to enjoy. See, for me, Reese, it's that the world is so freaking big. Like, when I saw a picture of the full map, I was like, no. But, like, I want to like it because I watch streams of Elden Ring. I watch, like, lots of Let's Plays and stuff. Like, I love watching the game, but, yeah. GTA a few times. Yeah, see, Mr. James, either I would say GTA, but I don't want to like them because they're, like, not my style of games, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't care. So for me, like, yeah, I don't like them either. Nini says Dead by Daylight, just so inferior to Friday the 13th, and you don't feel much joy. There was a lot that bothered me about Cyberpunk, says Womble. I mean, played 135 hours, yeah, that's pretty good. I love RPGs, I really like The Witcher. I think for me, the difference between something like The Witcher and Cyberpunk, even though they're from the same studio, is the setting. Like The Witcher, that medieval fantasy is right up my alley, and forced first person, like, you know, futuristic is just, I don't know, not really for
I saw
me either.
Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Oh my god, I forgot to do posture check. Okay, everybody. Sit up, please. Join me in stretch time. Wherever you're sitting, if you're lying down, just sit up for a second and we're gonna do a little stretch. Oh, crack my back. I've had The Witcher staring at me from its shelf for 4 years at this point. Yeah, I just bought it like last month or something. Neck stretch. Oh, I'm really tight today. My shoulder needs to pop, but it won't. That's fine. We'll just do a few circles. The Witcher has never appealed to me, weirdly enough. Yeah, interesting. I mean, part of it's kind of overwhelming because I know it's like a big game, and like the 2 DLCs that I have are like big as well, but I'll get to it eventually.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Yeah, she was hiding something quite big.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories...
Look at all this stuff.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Like, imagine living in this. It's a shower, you're drying your dishes right next to your toilet. Good time. Okay, I gotta go. If I don't go to bed early tonight, Chalky will come for me. Goodbye. Good night, Reese. Sleep well. Thanks for coming, cutie. Model train. The radio is still on somehow. Peaches. Oh, lots of postcards. That's fun. Little bunk here to sleep. Look, he's got a view, sort of. A fake view. That's messed, honestly. Okay, Walter. Here we go.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Imagine how pale he would be.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into
Ooh, this has got like adaptive trigger.
That's what kept me sane.
Feedback and stuff too.
Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
If those of you that also go to the Liam streams on Monday night,
you get used to anything.
This reminds me of the bingo we have every week of like, you know, Arthur casually chugging peaches.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
'76 this time.
And then one day, everything just...
2005 now?
Stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Come on, Walter, you can do it.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
Oh yeah, there was nothing over there.
Maybe this is all a mistake.
His skin is quite shiny. It's a bit
but I need
concerning.
to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Going to Lurk wants to have girl dinner. Yes, girl dinner, Wombo. Let us know what you have. Let's just say how pumped I am to have sriracha sauce again after forgetting to buy it for about a month. Honestly, there's been some shortages of sriracha lately, so the fact that you were able to find it is pretty lucky. Yeah, really sad.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Yeah, thank you, Womble. Enjoy girl dinner. Oh. Right. There we go. I wasn't pressing. Nice. Yeah, like my family keeps bringing me sriracha when they come to visit me in Greece because it's so expensive here.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
So I have like with 2 giant bottles in the fridge right now.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Yeah, this is a mess.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Oh, and he was just putting his garbage here. Oh, man. Peanut butter.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Okay.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Oh, poor Walter. Gives me goosebumps, man. So this part of the island's fallen off a little bit.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Just a random chair in the tree? Okay.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family.
This isn't nightmare fuel or anything.
And the history you're a part of.
There's the old house.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Everybody's having girl dinner. I'm jealous. I'm so hungry.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Another view of the house. You can see how pokey and weird it is.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
I mean, if you've got a whole family cemetery, I would say that you're pretty used to it.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Exactly. Imran, welcome in. Yeah, enjoy us some sad boy hour.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but
sad rack hour.
The pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Oh, look at all the
3
pets.
of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Sad. This hurts me. This hurts me more than the human cemetery, honestly. Aww.
Sven built the house, but it was Edith who designed the cemetery.
I mean, this is a really beautiful cemetery. Look like the nice circle. Aww. Molly. Calvin. Sven. Edie. Walter. Oh, and Barbara.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
And this is a great monument, too. The house half sunk.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Big sad.
Andy's side was always easier for me to understand.
I remember after my grandma died, my mom jokes that all of us can fit in the same grave because it still has 9 spots. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's I remember when I learned that, like, what my parents, like, planned on for their, like, deaths, and I was just like, oh, you know, like, it was one of those things that just, like, doesn't hit you. Like, oh yeah, I guess my parents would have made wills and, like, planned where they were going to be buried and stuff, and I was just like, oh, okay, that's fine.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Yep. Sam, Greg, and Gus. Milton. It got no death on his, but Sanjay.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Lewis. He's got a little crown on his, cute.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
I guess, how much more of the game do we have? Do we just try and complete it all tonight? Or should I cut soon and save more for next time?
But looking back on it now,
tell me how much the game is
if she
left.
told me
I
there
can't
was
really
gonna be so
remember
much
the order
climbing,
of things.
I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Yes, she's got the baby bump. Oh my god, thank you, Soul, for the tribute to the Rack Overlords. And it's tradition to visit the graveyard on Christmas, and last Christmas, just out of the blue, my mom said that she wants half of her ashes spread in grease, but no one is allowed to bail, and no one is allowed to bail out on that. Yeah, that's wild. Oh, right. I forgot about the tree thing. So we've got Sam, Edie, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 left. Yeah, it takes about 2 hours, but I was going really slow in the beginning, so. Go.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Imagine this being the way to get up to your bedroom every night. Yeah, no, I know that.
They were both pretty intense.
Like, I know Sam has one, Gregory, Gus, Milton, and Lewis, I think. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's Sam's. Push, if you feel like it.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Yeah, I mean, like, we won't get to plat tonight, because there's still trophies I gotta clean up that I didn't get yet. But okay, I remember. Yeah, she was mentioned earlier. Yeah. Well, let's do this one for now. See how long it takes us.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
I'm gonna head off for a bit now. Rax, hope to see you all again soon. Maybe some of you at Scully's later. Yeah, sounds good, Lamode. I'll be raiding into Scully for sure. So hope to see you there.
Please just take the damn picture.
Oh my
Hey,
God, Dawn.
language.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Don't remember what I'm supposed to take a picture of here. That's not it.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Game, what am I supposed to take a
Grandpa's
picture
fan
of?
taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
Bunny.
Give me a minute to check the map.
We'll see a bunny. Oh my gosh. Verb.
Let's see.
That wasn't it. The deer, right.
Good eyes, Dawn.
Oh my god.
Before you take the
Is there a
shot,
search engine that starts with a W? I can't think of one. Windows XP. Wait, is there a trophy or something? I don't understand. Oh. I don't remember doing that.
Dad, I...
See, I would just simply not do this.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you need to be... Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Oh, I forgot to run. I forgot that I was, like, controlling the character.
Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Oh, man. That's embarrassing.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh, man.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Wait, it's not... I had to do it. I'm so confused, you guys.
Sam
I really
spent
don't
his life
understand what
shooting
you're
photos,
talking
but
about.
Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Big sad.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Oh, I see. Okay. Brace yourselves. Yep. We're gonna rip off the Band-Aid. Let's go.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Don't remember what I'm supposed to do. G. Give me a G. Give me an R. Give me an... Ugh.
Come over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
Could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
He's a 1-year-old child. What's he gonna hear? Oops.
Good luck, Kay.
Okay, guys, it's done. It's done. If you wanna tune back in. Yep, we're just gonna move on.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that I
now pronounce you husband
Rip.
and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Monument. Excuse me.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Where's the next one?
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Yeah, big sad. I'm sorry.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Aw. No, fall help. So sad. Look at his mohawk though, isn't that neat?
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Cool little mohawk. Emergency evacuation plan. In a house like this. House rules. No playing outside without permission. No answering doors for strangers. No messes after dark. All chores before dark. Respect others. Okay. Raise flag. Very like military. Oh my god. Duties. Sweep. Trash. Greg, be a baby, honestly. Routine. Yeah, very like militant household.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Come on, Edith, you can do it.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Yeah, sad.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Cute. Dawn Heart Sanjay. Where helping hands create safe spaces. Fly to India.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Holy Bible of Racks, yes. Well, we're not going down that
When
way.
my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. and to see kids in the house again.
Oh, look at all the paintings Milton's done.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Had to get a bit bigger because it was all locked off.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Look at this cute little homeschooling room. Our family history, fact or fiction, oh my gosh. Reading is a hoot. Like, this is a cute little space.
But it didn't last.
Scientific method, yes. I remember once upon a time when I had to learn that. Oh, wrote a book. Neat.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Yep.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
I remember there was like a theory about Milton. That he was like taken off to some other world or something. I think my family wouldn't have enough facts or something like that. Yeah, right? So pretty.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh, there's like trigger stuff going on. Like, so talented. Thought he was confirmed he's the MC for their other game, The Unfinished Swan. That's what it was called.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if it was real or not, so...
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Yeah, because here's his footsteps. There he goes, into the door. This would be such a cool room, though. With the, like, observatory up top. Like, come on.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
You can see also from the different drawings. Okay, yeah, neat. Has anyone ever played that other game? Is it good? We're almost there, folks. We're gonna power through. We're in good momentum right now. I don't really know anything about it.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
It was okay.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Imagine having your room be literally a boat piled on top of the house. How wild is this?
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's
Oh, we got the
room,
People's Trophy.
except Lewis.
Nice. Sorry, that one's broken. Trophy. Don't think I ever finished because it was triggering my emotions. So it's also like a kind of walking sim. I think Nini also really likes this one the best as well.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Yeah, I would think it lived on. Legalized marijuana.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
True. You had a little mini fridge and everything. Dang.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
PS1. Oh, it was like, where's the TV? There it is. Okay. This one's sad for me.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
I gotta learn the motion again.
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
I'm gonna have to concentrate so hard on this.
He'd feel his
sorry,
way
I'm gonna be
about.
quiet for a bit.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then.
Oh, I missed the stairs.
Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Big bop.
And songs for them to play.
Big bop here in Lewistopia.
And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
I
They
just
begged
stop
him
at
to
Mare?
stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis, AO. Just different spelling.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows.
I like that you can like pick the what's it called? You know, the way that the story is gonna go a little bit.
He followed the sound of her electric sitar.
Go off.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Yeah, me too.
He began to forget the world we know.
I didn't blink for a good while there. Woo!
I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
He's not even doing it, he's just doing the motion.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Nini, I know about that thing you're mentioning. And yeah, that hits hard too.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Like, I've never played the game, but I know it from a Friday feature, I think.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
That's stained glass.
There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. The rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Big sad.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Big sad. Yeah, Dad, not Dad, Witchy, I really feel that way too. Because I'm the same, like,
funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
When I'm like on a bus ride or something, rather than, I try to go on my phone a little bit, but then often I'll get like nauseous and motion sick. So I just literally stare out the window and like disassociate and just, you know, make up like a scenario, almost like, you know, like reading like a fan fiction or something. Like I'll just like make something up about like a world or a video game I like. So this one hits really hard.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
Oh, crunching the packing peanuts? Satisfying.
But I understand why we left.
Oh, that's a neat light.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
That's her dad, Edith's dad, I guess, disaster relief.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Here we go, our room.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
What a cool lamp with like the letters and stuff.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
safe to leave all these open
Thing
candles
you're afraid
everywhere.
of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
Rip.
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one.
I like this
This
voice
is
actor.
about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful.
I just don't even know what to
No.
say. I'm like just sitting here
I've
in
seen
silence.
that
I'm sorry, I'm like
house
streaming, but I'm literally
every
just
day
here
of
like.
my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it.
I would never
When the
go out to
fog
something in
rolled
low
in,
tide.
I lost my way.
Like, no chance in hell would I like be exploring something in low tide.
I got turned around. For a while, I wandered.
Right? I remember reading something like low tide. Low tide is like a sign that like a tsunami's coming, so you need to like get high ground. Get to high ground as quick as possible.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
God, no.
But when I saw them,
no, Pierley, I
felt
don't.
like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Chalky.
Things
She's
I
definitely.
can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Oh man, we don't. What's the secret?
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive.
What, like, a heavy concept.
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
we go. I don't know if I'm supposed to be pressing a button.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself.
Big sad.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all.
Oh, I already know about this, but the goosebumps. Right? Oh my god. Like, goosebumps all over. I'm like trying to shake them out. I don't know if anyone ever gets that when you have goosebumps, you just need to like get rid of them. Like, oh. Man. Devs. I think there was a trophy for letting the credits play out, so we're just gonna... Yeah, because she was 17 when she went to the house, and then I guess she got pregnant not long after. I wonder though, like, where's the father of you know, where's the father of the kid in the end? But I guess, I don't know, could have been a single mom situation. I know that she died in childbirth. Yeah, I remember reading about that. But yeah, I wonder where like the father is, if they're, I guess they're not around. I like how the devs, I really love, one thing I love about indie games is the credits. Yeah, sorry, I mixed it up, but I know she was pregnant when she was already at the house. But one thing I love about indie games is the credits. Like, look how cute these credits are. They're like including their own pictures and stuff. And very often at the end of the game, they'll be like, "Thank you for playing." And I'm just like, "Oh my god, you're so welcome." You know, like. Yeah, I knew that, and she says it in the story. I mixed it up. So, but she was 17. I remember at the beginning of the game they said like she said she's 17. I love that I just got the trophy for thanks, Johan, which is like, I don't know why it's such a random trophy. I wonder like how long it took them to kind of design up the house, because they had to figure out, okay, we need to like connect all these rooms and things, and then we need this sort of path going through the house to like get to all of them in this order. It would be really, really cool to like pick the brain of the people behind, probably more likely the team rather than just the person. Like I would assume it's more than just one person. It'd be really cool to pick their brain and kind of see how they all came up with that. Indies always do feel more purposeful, absolutely, yeah, when they're not just like behind this big, like, you know, I mean, take me for example, I am a Ubisoft girly, but like, yeah, when games are behind like a Ubisoft, they're very different. The house is so cozy, yeah, I agree. They only want you when you're 17, when you're 21, you're no fun. I don't know that song, or do I? And I just don't recognize the lyrics. When I win the When I win the lottery, I'll build this house. Oh my gosh, can I join? Guys, if maybe a bit of a morbid question, but if you could pick any room in the Finch house to like have as your room, which one would you pick? I think I would pick Milton's. Oh, excuse me. Milton's is like, I really like that. Yeah, the aesthetic of it is just beautiful. Oh my god, Chalky and Nini also picking Milton's. Annapurna really knows how to pick the studios, yeah. Wait, but you would want Barbara's. Interesting. I guess, yeah, you are a really big movie buff, so that makes a lot of sense. The song is by a group called Lady Tron. Oh, you were 17 when it came out. Nice. Oh, excuse me. It's sleepy time. Yeah, Lewis is neat, like with the boat and all. But I just like the aesthetic of Milton's is my favorite. Okay, well, that's it, everybody. Thank you for tuning in today. Bit of a chill makeup stream. Let's check the records. You ready, assistant? Can you double check, verify the records? Yeah? Okay. So today we had subs from Chalky and Pierre-Lee. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. And we had a 3-stream watch streak from Richie. Thank you. Thank you everyone for lurking, for saying hello and heading out, for chatting, you know, everything. Thank you so much, guys, especially since it's day I don't normally stream. I will close the records. I can just keep playing with the book for some reason. Thank you so much, guys. I will be probably continuing this kind of fit in a stream wherever I can for the next week or so as well, because I've got work and then a friend visiting the next week. So most likely, again, I'm either going to be on a break or I'm just going to pop in like whenever I have like an hour or two to stream, just to kind of keep the channel going a bit. So if you don't see any announcements on Discord or my Instagram, then I won't be streaming that day. So sorry, but it is what it is. I've got to cover for people's holidays and stuff at work. So yeah, my schedule had to change a bunch. Thank you for all the rack memes, all the rack emotes. I'm glad you guys like them. I hope you guys like all the follower emotes as well, because I like made a bunch of them follower emotes. I tried to make like the more basic ones that you can use in other channels, follower emotes, and then like make the more special ones for subs, just so that like everyone can still use something. But yeah, we're gonna raid into Kevin because he normally streams around this time. If I can find the raid button, there it is. Oh, he's not streaming yet. Oh no. Oh, Josh is streaming though. We can go raid into Josh. Let's do that. Okay, so from me, that's it, everybody. Thank you so much. We just gotta wait for the raid to start. Do a little awkward dance in the meantime. Yeah. Okay. Rack Squad dismissed. Bye-bye.